This is The Launch, episode 34 for September 2nd, 2025. Streaming from the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty American West Coast, we greet you all a good morning, a good evening, well, whatever your timeline may fall, time-appropriate greetings, indeed, to one and all. This is The Launch. My name is Chris.
And I'm Angela.
Hello, Andrews. Let's cover a couple of things before we get into it. You can call us live or you can call after the show. Just give us a ring. We love it. 774-462-5667. That's 774-462-5667. We do the show live on Tuesdays. We'll be starting even earlier next week for the Apple event. Check it out at jblive.tv or jupiterbroadcasting.com/calendar for your local time. Of course, we release on Wednesdays, so you can get it in demand, when it's demanded, as you demand, in your podcast app. And links will be at weeklylaunch.rocks. Well, we're settling in back to the swing of things. Summer is officially winding down. Some of the trees are actually beginning to change colors. I'm wearing sweatpants again for the first time in 3 months. It's comfortable. I missed it. You know, like when you start putting on your fall clothes again, you're like, oh, this is better.
Yep.
I'm just not a man that looks great in summer attire. I'm a man that needs a button-up shirt and some pants. Mm-hmm. And so summer is rough on me. But not as rough as it is on the kiddos that are still school age, because we're officially locked in and in the zone for back to school.
Yep. So I know across the United States, a lot of kids have already gone back to school, like up to 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But here, at least in our area of the Pacific Northwest, school is starting this week for a lot of students. Some, like I think Marysville started last week, but we are starting this week. Bella goes back tomorrow, and then the olders go back on Thursday. And yeah, it kind of all started, the back to school started with band camp for Abby a couple of weeks ago. She did a full 40-hour week of band camp.
And loved it.
Yep. And then, man, I've just been scheduling things here and there and everywhere on the calendar to accommodate everything that's about to happen with like pep band, and Abby's doing volleyball again.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
It is. One of the traditions that I have with the kids is to take them out for ice cream on their first day of school, which has been determined that we'll do that on Bella's first day, even though it's not Dylan and Abby's first day. But also, historically, I have taken Dylan specifically to the Centennial Trail, right, to walk. And I remember, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, I said, dude, one day we're going to come here for back to school, and you're going to be taller than me. I've been promising him that for so long. His growth did not cooperate until now.
Until
he
it
is
did.
Taller than me now.
Yeah.
He has been comparing our shoulders, like, oh,
He loves it.
Yeah, oh, he absolutely does.
The day has arrived.
Yep. Sadly, I will not be able to take Dylan to the Centennial Trail to walk with me for a back to school thing. So he, after bringing his buddies to stay the night with Chris up at the farm in a tent.
They had a great time.
They did.
And I was a proud dad because it was Dylan's first time driving his Jeep around without me in it, driving around the farm.
Yeah.
And he did so good. Mm-hmm. He did so good. I was like, oh, he really, he stacked a W at the end of the overnight. He's had a great day. He could just go home, kick his feet up, and not do anything and have accomplished something today.
Right. So I picked up the girls because him and his buddies were getting driven by one of his buddies' dads. I thought he'd be home when I got home. Yeah. He was not.
No, where was he?
Well, I don't know where he went, but eventually they ended up at altitude.
So
right?
You didn't know where he was at?
No, and his phone was dead.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
because his battery died because he was camping all night.
Yeah. Yeah. So around, I don't know, 4:45, he gets home. I see a car in the driveway, and I go out there, and...
Oh, no.
And his buddy's dad was like, we have an injury. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it's Dill. And he comes hobbling out of this car, and he's like, it's bleeding. And I'm like, okay, well, what happened? Well, at altitude, he fell down the stairs.
Which is a trampoline park.
Yeah.
Where Dylan does absolutely maniac maneuvers where I thought one day I get a phone call that he cracked his back or his neck or something.
Maniac maneuvers as in every kind of flip you can imagine. Front,
From
back.
heights.
Yeah. The super tramps, like just all the things,
3
right?
flips through the air while you're going between different areas, then parkouring off a wall and then down onto the trampoline. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, parkour. I have paid for each of my kids to have a membership since COVID, right? So, oh my gosh.
Of course, he goes there, and that's after all these years.
This is his injury.
He hurts his toe.
Yeah, right. Which sounds really minimum, right, or minimal. So I'm like, well, hey, why don't you go to the couch? And I'm like, it is bleeding. So go to my bathtub, right?
Oh gosh.
So he goes to my bathtub, and I start to take off the Band-Aid.
Oh, gross. I already know where this is going because it was so bad.
So, and he had put on this Band-Aid, pretty good. It was saturated though. Ugh. So when I just barely opened it at the bottom, like underneath his toe where there isn't a cut, it just started dripping blood.
Yeah.
Just started. And I was like, I literally just had this problem with the cat bite, right? It would not stop bleeding. And this was way more blood. Ooh. So I was like, dude, it's 5:00 on a Sunday. I have to take you to the ER. So we spent 4 hours at the ER because what had happened, it's such a freak injury. And Dylan, oh man, there's just so many things. Anyway, so his toe on the way down, like he must have like pushed his leg, his driving foot, his right foot out against the top of the stair. And what it did is it ripped the cuticle and rolled his skin under. And so the doctor needed to numb him enough to try to pry that skin, to unroll it, because basically it was a capillary scrape, which was making it bleed so much. It wasn't a vein, it wasn't an artery, but the capillary needed that skin over it to stop it from bleeding. He was just bleeding out all over the place. And so, yeah, he has needle phobia. And so it was, we got him some Ativan and Benadryl to try to calm his mind and body. After that kicked in, he did agree to do the nerve block in each side of his toe, which involved a needle, and that took the pain for the most part away. But he used all kinds of instruments to try to pull that skin up back over the nail bed, right? Because basically we could see the bottom of his nail where it starts. Yeah, it was gross.
Oh, poor kid.
Flesh and stuff. So anyway, he's in a post-op boot for a little while. I don't know. It's such I still have more tears. Like it was a hard experience.
It's a lot more of an injury than you'd expect for a toe, and
it is, and it just would not stop bleeding. So anyway, it was a crazy night. I guess the other thing that I wanted to mention about back to school is I haven't made. So COVID killed making lunches at home. It killed it because during COVID. Well, I mean, I made the kids' lunches while they were distance learning, but when they went back to school, there were all these grants to provide lunch to all the kids at no cost. And that lasted for, I think that was a year and a half. So the kids got used to just buying lunch, and that has been their preference. So since then, there's just like no making a lunch and taking it to school. They all just charge their accounts, which is hundreds of dollars every month. And I have to keep on it because sometimes they'll just buy cookies, you know, and the school system can't say no to feeding a child. So they'll just charge the account. No problem. And one time they even stole funds from one kid to cover the other of our kids.
Ours, yeah.
It's stupid. So anyway.
It'd be interesting to chart well, it wouldn't be. It'd be infuriating to actually track how much we spend just on them eating either lunch at school or out when they're out and about. Yeah. It's crazy.
It is. It is. And Bella has become, already I will pay for her to have Taco Bell is the initial agreement, but Taco Bell or McDonald's once a week for her entire band career. Like that is my commitment because she is in band. But she's like, oh, can I get Taco Bell? I'm like, I just got you McDonald's yesterday. Like I'm only committed to one. So.
Well, I want to know if anybody out in the audience has ever had a really stupid injury. If you stupid as you define it, I'll leave it up to you. But I want to know if anybody out there has had something like that where, his kid's been going to a trampoline park forever, for years and years, and then he ends up falling down the steps and hurting his toe.
So he didn't fall down the steps.
Well, his buddy pushed him down the steps.
Yeah. The buddy, of the dad that drove, and he's aware now, but Yeah.
Yeah, not ideal. So boost in and let us know.
Yeah.
I'd like to know.
Do you have one?
I have been very careful.
What about that time you slipped outside the hair place and your watch sliced
and
you?
I still have a scar from that, actually. Yeah. I still have the scar on my thumb right here from that. So there's that. That was such a random occurrence. It was such a deep cut, too. Yeah. My watch band, when I fell, like the little metal clasp.
Non-smartwatch.
Yeah, this was back in the day.
Yeah.
Like it came undone and it sliced my thumb open. But I've been, pretty lucky injury-wise. The biggest thing I had is, of course, when I had my appendix removed and they had to cut me wide open for that to go clean it up.
I was going to tell Dylan because, they had you heal from the inside out. So they didn't do any stitches or anything.
No, I had to do daily, Hadia had to do daily cleanings and treatments.
Yeah, with Dylan, there was no stitching this closed because the skin was rolled under. It was so gross. I think the weirdest thing that I had was this straight line across my cheek when my older sister threw a dustpan across the garage.
Yeah.
And it barely bled, but it's a permanent scar for the rest of my life on my face.
Random ass stupid thing we do as siblings to each other. All right, well, I have a little announcement. It's not a big deal. I'm kind of excited, though.
Chris is streaming Apple's show, but not the way you'd think, oh no. Mystery, science, theater flair, iPhone zingers fill the air.
All right, so the launch will be doing coverage of Apple's iPhone 17 event, sort of Mystery Science Theater style, but don't call it that. And it's going to start at 9:45 a.m. Pacific, 12:45 p.m. Eastern. It's about 15 minutes before the Apple stream, and then we'll just roll into the show. Ange will join me about showtime, and we'll go from that into the main show. We'll make a morning of it. And I'm testing out some new video pipeline stuff that clearly needs more testing.
Yeah, right? We'll do a couple more tweaks before the next show.
But we have a new 1080p in bed over at jblive.tv, and we'll be going out to a few other streaming endpoints as well. Not YouTube that week because... last time I streamed an Apple event, YouTube threatened to shut down our entire channel forever. And, of course, we'll also be high-quality audio at jblive.fm and in the Podcasting 2.0 apps. So you can come, don't be a square, enjoy the Apple event with me as we mock it, but also listen. It'll be a nice balance of both. Yeah, join me, won't you? Won't you? Come on now. All right. It's all about AI this week. Everywhere, it's AI.
Yes.
So I recall you were doing a little AI research and discovery at work. Mm-hmm. How's that been going?
I missed that meeting. I meant to watch it, but I did not. I looked through the slide deck, but it was so many words. I needed AI just to summarize it.
You didn't get a sense of like if they've picked a tool or anything?
No, definitely not.
Oh,
no,
really?
no, we're still in that. We're still,
are.
we're taking our bureaucratic time.
Well, you see, Taco Bell didn't. They picked an AI platform and went for it. Unfortunately, I think it hasn't gone great for them, and they're going to have to roll it back a little bit. But here it was. Here's just a little bit ago the news that Taco Bell was moving into the AI era.
The next time you hear, do you want fries with that at the fast food drive-thru, consider the source. Is that the cashier talking or AI? CBS's Danya Backus explains.
In a world where convenience is king,
would you like to add nacho fries to your order?
Fast food chain Taco Bell is turning to artificial intelligence to meet the demand of its drive-thru customers.
What can I get for you?
Number 13.
Implementing voice AI at more than 300 locations, including the one we visited in Irvine, California.
Does the order look accurate on the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Nationwide, just 4% of drive-thrus use the technology.
We've built it to be very friendly and interactive, as if you are talking to a human.
Yeah, I think I experienced this the other day, but I'm not sure.
Interesting. Dylan would love this because we've been going to the same Taco Bell since they were toddlers. We called it Taco Pizza because it used to be a Taco Bell Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
But the gal that has worked there this whole time, it's really hard to understand her. Like, she's great, but it is really hard to understand her. But you know what I would do? I would be like, customer service.
Yeah, right.
That's what I do on the AI trees,
right.
like where I can't get where I need to go.
Representative.
Yeah.
Representative. Yeah, just over and over again, see what it does. Well, you and other people had a similar thought, and that was, well, of course, just
let's test it.
Screw with the AI.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Taco Bell. What can I get started for you today?
Can I get 18,000 water cups, please?
Okay.
Glitch.
What can I do for you?
You see what happened there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It started
funny.
to say okay, and then the actual gal took over. Yeah, so Taco Bell is rethinking its AI drive-thru after it kind of became a meme online to go through and ask for 18,000 water cups.
Gosh.
Yeah. Another person got increasingly angry at the AI system when it repeatedly asked him to add more drinks to his order.
So here's the thing. You could use AI and you could personalize it. So so all the fast food restaurants now have their own app. Like,
Yeah.
have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have like 26,000 points on my McDonald's app, right?
God, woman.
Well, because Bella Weekly, So this morning I was getting a steak bagel, though.
Yeah,
It was
sure.
me this time.
Yeah.
And I gave the code so I could get the points, right? This is really funny, actually. Side note, I can't actually use the app to order anything because when I was taking Bella to trumpet lessons in Sultan, one of those McDonald's had an item that my local McDonald's doesn't have.
Yep.
And it's stuck in my cart and I can't get it out. And so I have to reinstall the app. But I don't know what password and anything I used. I'm horrible.
This 2025 is
Right?
This is so quintessential. It's wow.
Yeah. But I got to the window to pay and the gal's like, "Hi, Angela."
Oh yeah.
Because the app
Yep.
has my name.
I know.
And Abby's like, "Oh my God, how does she know your name?" It was really funny. But it's nice. It's kind of cool to have that level of customer service. You're just a number.
Yeah.
But except that I don't know.
I
Next
think
level.
where I kind of like it, I mean, I'm mixed, but where I kind of like it is, like Dylan, I often make, or all of us really, I make a lot of customizations to my order, and the more customizations you make, the more you increase the potential for error.
Right.
So, it's nice to do it in the app because then at least they have it all printed out, and there's no, communication gap
Right.
there.
Right. Subway, is the best for ordering through the app.
They have the best app?
I think so.
Oh, yeah?
So I ordered, it was really easy to put extra of the things that I like, and they actually put extra. They doubled it, and there was no extra cost. I don't really feel comfortable being like, more
Right.
of that,
Yeah.
in person.
Yeah.
But I just sent it through, and I'm watching, and I was almost like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of tomato. You know what? That's great.
Huh.
My sandwich was so heavy. It was great.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
It's that honey barbecue, the honey mustard barbecue one.
So the AI stuff is interesting because I think as a society, maybe, we're trying to process what it all means. And I've heard a couple of stories from my wife, Adia, who runs a clinic. And she's had a couple of instances where patients are having what they feel is like a spiritual revolution by talking to ChatGPT. Have you heard this from other people? This is a thing have you heard of before? People are having spiritual
I don't know about
breakthroughs
spiritual, but Abby has been having conversations with ChatGPT.
Yeah, I think a lot. So this is where I wonder if the problem is the way I summarize ChatGPT is it's your best yes man, and it gets it right about 70% of the time. And so when you have somebody who's always talking you up and only gets it right about 70% of the time, I don't know. It's a little risky. And so OpenAI today has announced that they're planning to make changes for sensitive conversations, and they're going to add parental controls.
Breaking news this morning, we can get maybe AI to speak for us right here. The company just out with a blog post detailing how it's going to work to try to improve the behavior of its AI models during what they're describing as sensitive interactions. This follows, and we talked about it on this broadcast, actually had the lawyer at the table with us last week, which was just really such a tragedy. That lawsuit filed against the company last week on behalf of a parent of a 16-year-old who committed suicide. The complaint accused ChatGPT of wrongful death, design defects, and failure to warn about risks. And you may recall the student actually was showing ChatGPT pictures of the noose and literally asking the ChatGPT whether it would hold him, how to do it. I mean, the whole thing.
But
and it went all the way.
I had to get caught up on that today. How did AI try to get him to keep this away from his parents?
There were all sorts of dialogues about whether you could tell your parents, not to. I mean, it was wild, and just in the most terrible, terrible way. I'm surprised that we haven't heard more from OpenAI about this, but this is their first shot across the bow today. They, by the way, they're not trying to set. From what we understood as of last week, they weren't trying to settle the case or anything else.
I think this is a particularly challenging position for ChatGPT because there is this unsettled question around how private are your chats.
Yeah.
And there isn't a legal precedence there yet. It's not really clear. And this is sort of pushing that conversation into the spotlight and kind of forcing people's hands to talk about, like, we need to be able to have oversight. We need to be able to know what these conversations are, at least for parents, which is really the first crack in this.
Blog post, OpenAI saying that over the next 120 days, it's going to prioritize expanding interventions to more people in crisis, making it easier to reach emergency services and expert health, enabling connections to trusted contacts, and strengthening protections for teens. That's important. The company says it will be guided by a council on well-being and AI, which includes an expanding network of more than 90 physicians across 30 different countries. It's going to roll out new parental controls as well this month.
So I think this is, like, when we talk about all of the potential threats, we're going to talk about some other, like, exaggerations and hypes when it comes to AI in just a moment, but I think this could be it. AI lacks human intuition, right? Where a trained therapist would have some intuition, like, oh, this is going down a road that could be concerning,
Right.
where AI might not catch that as easily. So I think that is where I think there is some room for concern right now, especially having heard some stories of folks out there that are, you know, they think they're talking to God through the machine, and then that sort of is telling them stuff. That seems like it could get into dangerous territory.
You know, how different is this than, like, so a lot of people, they just Google everything.
Yeah.
Everything that's going on with their life. And that's partially why Google knows more about you than you know about you. Are they required? Do they have physicians on staff to, you know, I mean, like,
yeah.
It's just interesting.
I think every wave like this, like, there's people that get swept up and they take it too far. Kind of like you can with substance abuse. It's like they do technology abuse.
Sure.
But I have like a general, like, seems like we're starting to have people that are maybe losing a little touch with reality by talking to the AI machine. Like, that is a slight concern, but I don't think it's a huge issue, right? But what everybody else is freaking out about is AI destroying jobs. And hiring is down right now. And there's a big narrative playing out that it's because of AI disrupting entry-level positions. Here, I'll play a little bit of this for you just to set it up, and then we'll talk more.
Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, and Microsoft are all slashing middle management, part of a broader shift in how tech operates in the AI era. Mackenzie Sigalos joins us now with more. Mackenzie, this is so interesting just in terms of organizational structure for these tech companies and kind of what makes them more nimble in this AI race.
Hey, good morning, Leslie. So building on your reporting on this exact topic earlier in the week, I spoke to the team at Stanford that's tracking real-time payroll data from ADP, and they found that the jobs most exposed to AI, like coding and accounting, have seen a 13% drop in employment for workers under 25. And
all right, 13%, not crazy.
Less bodies.
I'm not sure.
Right? Or is it dollars?
I think it'd be less bodies, if anything. You'd be hiring people, but less people, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
But the pitch of this, and if I let it continue playing it, which is just, I don't need to, but they go in and they start talking about how it's generative AI that's taking jobs. But I actually suspect what is more at play is macroeconomic conditions, tariffs and things like that. And also, when Elon went into Twitter and fired nearly 80% of the staff and the company kept running, he sort of sent a message to other tech CEOs that overhired during COVID. And so there is still, right? Mm-hmm. There's still a lot of bloat. Mm-hmm. A lot of bloat.
Well, and then, so if you take your higher performing people and provide them with AI tools to be more efficient, that could reduce roles, as opposed to somebody's 100% job being taken by AI.
Right. Right. Yeah. All right. I was actually surprised. The CBS coverage of this particular topic on their Sunday morning program was kind of decent.
I've applied to probably over 100 jobs in the past, 6 months. And none of them are landing.
Olivia Fair graduated 4 years ago. She's had a series of short-term jobs. One was in TV production, transcribing interviews.
But now they don't have a bunch of people transcribing. They have maybe one person overseeing all of that and AI doing the rest, which I think is true for a lot of entry-level positions. And it can be a really useful tool for those people doing that work, but then there's less people needed.
This is a tough year. Job postings have declined year over year by 6.7%. Younger job seekers, specifically those who are recent grads, are having a harder time finding work.
Laura Ulrich is the Director of Economic Research at Indeed, the job listings website. The decline in jobs for recent grads seems to correlate with the rise of AI.
Yes.
Is there a cause and effect?
They always say correlation is not causation, Ange. I always hear that. But that is exactly what's happening with this AI is stealing your gerbs, is it's correlation and causation being mixed together. But I was surprised to hear them actually push back on that narrative.
I think there is a cause and effect, but it's maybe not as significant as a lot of people would think. If you look specifically at tech jobs, job postings are down 36% compared to pre-pandemic numbers. But that decline started happening prior to AI becoming commonly used.
Wow, so if it wasn't AI that caused this decline, what was it?
There was a real hiring boom in tech and in some other sectors, right, in kind of the 2021, 2022 time period, post-pandemic job boom. And so quite frankly, I think some companies overhired.
The uncertain national situation doesn't help either. Tariffs, taxes, foreign policy.
Some other people have used the analogy of like driving through fog. If it's foggy, you slow down a bit, but if it's really foggy, you pull over. And unfortunately, some companies have pulled over.
And I actually think that's it. It's pretty simple. It's not really because of generative AI. It's more to do with just macro conditions. And some basic tasks and transcriptions, or people are extending their capabilities.
Additionally, in 2021, 2022, that hiring boom that they're talking about was also return to office.
Yeah.
Return, and so a lot of
And they did a lot of hiring where people could work from home because then you could hire it from anywhere.
Right.
And then they have to reel it back in.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's such an easy, AI is stealing the gerbs. Not so much. Then I'll have in the show notes for you a kind of a multi-cut of recent coverage of data centers and data center power usage and some renewable power that people are working on for the data centers. There is, of course, that aspect to the story as well. So I'll link to that in the show notes if you want to check it out.
Now's the time. It's the song of the week. Remember, you can boost the track. They sure like that.
Yeah, what do you say? Let's play our song of the week. Then we're going to come back with voicemails, some boosts, and a lot more. So while you're listening, while you're sitting there with your podcast player and just listening, you can hit the little boost button there on your thingy and send in a boost. 95% of them sats, while the music is playing, will go to our artist. And they really do like that. So boost in while you're listening to the song. And this week, it is Lady Neptune by Death Dreams.
And now, on with the show.
Well, I'm just going to make a quick call to the launch. I haven't checked in since yesterday. 774-462-5667. That's it. All right. 774-462-5667. Call now.
And we did get some calls.
Woohoo!
We have some new voicemails, and we actually have a couple that came in just towards the end of the show last week that we didn't make it on air. So we start with one of those calls, which is the JB Hawk of Truth calling in.
Hey, JB, this is Mike calling from Denver, Colorado, known on the air as JB Hawk of Truth. Chris, I get to thank you for that name. I think it was back in Unfiltered when you revealed that the hawk strike sound was not the eagle, it was actually a hawk. Anyway, just calling to say, great show, keep it up. And I wanted to make a suggestion.
Okay.
For an alternate, consider a subsegment where you review your lunch for the day. Could be the mystery thing from the refrigerator, or what you got at the takeout store, or the random frozen thing. Anyway, keep it up. Great show. Thanks.
You know, I think we could take Hawk's idea and take it even a step further. Wouldn't it be amazing if we had a sponsorship by DoorDash, and then every week during the show they just delivered us burgers?
Oh my gosh!
Right, and that'd be the bit. And then when the burger arrives, it's time for the DoorDash read.
Win.
I know, everybody wins, especially us.
We win twice. Yeah, it's a sponsor and we get food. I like it.
The Hawk called back again.
Okay.
Hey guys, also wanted to give a +1 to if there's any interest in bringing back some kind of a video feed. Either, just raw or, kind of in the same vein as the Unplugged format for those members. Really enjoy the Unplugged program and how casual the uncut audio is. And Chris, I think you underestimate your presence on video and your physical comedy. I think it's pretty good. And if there's an opportunity to bring it back, I'm all for it.
I'm a little concerned that I have physical comedy. I don't even know.
Well, and let me just say, if there's technical issues, it's not
funny.
It's not.
It ain't funny.
He's got a mean face.
Yeah, like today we were supposed to be doing the new video and I couldn't get it working.
Okay, but this is what he's talking about. So we'll just black out for the tantrums and then let him recount them.
Well, actually, I've been thinking, Ange.
Yeah.
Great way to promote the show could be some ginned up crash outs. And then we clip them.
Yeah.
And we share them.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, look at Chris crashing out when things didn't work. And then like everybody's like, what is this? And they watch and like, I'll go watch the show. But Hawk of Truth, if you tune into our Apple iPhone event coverage, we'll be testing our new video pipeline. Hopefully that's working. Beta tested, it didn't go so well, but we'll see. All right. Mark calls in, this time on his way to work.
Hey, good morning, guys. This is Mark calling from Northern Michigan. Not on my way home from work, but on my way to work. Yes. Change of pace. The schedule got changed up this week. Anyhow, a couple things. Wanted to call about a cell phone mishap. I happen to be getting older, so I have to have my cell phone and wallet in one, just so I don't forget one thing all the time. Well, I left it on the roof of my car heading to church and drove off not knowing it. The way I found out is while I was at church, some random driver-by happened to bring it back to my wife with the wallet, credit cards, everything.
Wow.
But completely and totally destroyed. The crazy thing is we live 20 miles from anywhere, so the fact that somebody drove by actually saw it was kind of odd. Anyhow, that's my random cell phone mishap. One other thing, though, Mr. Rat Guy from Canada, he left us hanging. What is this all-in-one self-hosting thing that's going to revolutionize Linux desktop?
Yeah.
What's the details there?
Yeah.
Did he not end the phone call correctly? Anyhow, have a great week, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I want to know too. That's what I say. Now, how about Pat from upstate New York? You ready, Ange?
Yep.
Hello, lunch crew. It's Pat from upstate New York, longtime listener since my little one, who's now 16, was a little child in a stroller. And you were talking about phone disasters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a couple of years ago, I got my kids' phones, and my youngest left it in a hotel, and we had no idea until about 3 weeks later when we tried to find the phone.
Oh, my goodness.
Off to Swappa I went and got another iPhone SE. They both rock SEs. They're happy with them. And I said, if anything else happens to that phone, I said, well, I guess we're going to find what cheap Android you can get or we just stay with the cheapest iPhone we can get, which is what I prefer. So, but haven't had any phone disasters. Yes, the OtterBox cases are bulky. I use one on mine, but that's because I tend to drop it when I'm walking the dog or what have you, and this has more grip than other cases. So, and yep, got to have that front protective glass on all of them for sure, and that's helped a lot. So, but my kids are pretty responsible. They're 16 and 12, and they're quite happy with what they got and quite thankful for it. So, and that's all I have to say. And keep on enjoying your lunch.
Thank you,
Have
Pat.
a good day.
Have a good lunch yourself.
So a couple summers ago, like every summer, I switched to shorts, right? And depending on my weight, the shorts might not like stay, right? So I can't put my phone and my keys in those shorts or they'll be falling down. So I switched to a purse when I went out. And it took me several days to realize I'd left my purse somewhere.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It was here in Smoky Point.
Oh, geez.
And I called and they're like, yeah, how did you not know? And I'm like, yeah,
I'm new to purses.
Yeah. I mean, no, I was.
Yeah.
I had been out of practice for sure. But yeah, that sucks. That sucks to have got so much time to go by and then figure it out.
Definitely. Thank you, Pat. Good to hear from you. Adaja's first-time caller from Utah. Take it, Daja, from Utah.
Hey, Chris and Angela. This is Daja, calling from sunny southern Utah. I'm first-time caller, I guess, but listening since 2020. You guys got me hooked in self-hosted. Wanted to share a fun little story here. Up until the launch, my wife always asked if I was listening to that podcast for the from the RV guy that was tech. And after listening to the launch for a little bit, that's now become the podcast that we listen to in the car, and she knows you guys by name.
Oh.
Another little fun thing, we just finished building her framework laptop from old parts of mine.
Cool.
And she installed Nix on it.
Hey!
So I think you guys are making a pretty cool impact. Thank you very much. And then on the lunch topic, I think maybe there's an underserved market between home assistant users and cooks.
Ooh.
I don't know, maybe a tech in the kitchen type of lunch. Just an idea. But thanks anyway. Have a great day, and talk to you guys later. Bye.
Thank you, Daja. I think you just described the opening scene to Back to the Future. Back to the Future when Marty's going through Doc's place and he's got all this automated kitchen stuff. That would be me. You know, the dog food would be getting dispensed while I'm not there for a while and I come back to a pile of dog food. So you got to be careful. You don't want to automate too much. Good idea, though. The cross section there could be interesting.
Yeah. So life changer for me, I got an air fryer a couple years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Sure.
It took me about 6 months to even get it out of the box and use it. But I ordered, so it was getting dirty on the inside. So I ordered a silicone insert for it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what size it was and I was too lazy to measure it. So I got like a 7-inch insert. And so this whole time in this 11-inch air fryer, I've been using a 7-inch silicone insert. I finally replaced it with an 11-inch insert where it's just like a glove.
Yeah.
And I've got all this surface area. It is just such a game changer.
Yeah.
It's crazy how something so small can make such a difference.
You know what I've been doing? I don't know. You could give it a try.
Okay.
I don't know. But their egg bites from Costco, they're kind of like copying the Starbucks egg bites. Starbucks
yeah, like
egg
a little
bites.
quiche, crustless quiche.
Yes. And I throw them in the air fryer for like 9 minutes. And they
Oh my God, that's a long time.
Well, they're cold. I don't know, maybe 8
frozen.
minutes.
Okay, yeah.
And they're nice because they get kind of like crunchy, not crunchy, but they kind of have like a, they're browned on the outside but still soft on the inside. They're pretty good.
Nice.
A guy named Ryan's calling in. I think it's his 14th time.
Hello, JB crew. This is a guy named Ryan, long time, 14th time.
Yep.
I believe the topic for this week was iPhone damage stories. And I got to say, man, I have had an iPhone since the original one, and I have never lost or severely broken one. But the only little tiny story I have is on the original iPhone that I had, the home button had stopped responding. It needed to be pressed super hard. And then one day it cracked and fell out. And so I replaced it with a little flat thumbtack. That was just this huge little button down at the bottom. And man, I think I like super glued that thing in, and it kept running for another year or two before I finally traded up.
That's steampunk.
But I have had tremendous luck in all my years of smartphones. And so, as you can imagine, I have a long line of hand-me-downs throughout my whole family as a result. So they've been good to me, but I try and be good to them. Anyway, I look forward to more episodes, and I hope all of you keep up the great work. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Ryan.
So I have a bin of devices. Most of them shattered. Most of them belong to Dylan, right? But he got in there to try to look for a 30-pin charger he still wants. And he grabbed, I think it's my iPhone 6. It's like the small one. Remember how I was like mad that I had to go any bigger than that because girl pockets? So he charged it. This one is not 30-pin. I believe it's from 2014 based on the tabs. Like I saw a Walmart being built across from Everett Mall Way, and it's been there for a long time.
Right.
Anyway, it was a total time capsule.
Yeah.
He wanted to see if I could unlock it, which of course it was mine. So yes, I could. But I had it in airplane mode on purpose because there are certain apps that would start syncing and possibly overwrite my current day stuff.
You never know. Yeah.
Scares the crap out of me.
Yeah.
So I haven't taken that step yet. But in order to erase the phone so that he can do whatever he wants to do with it, I have to connect it to the Wi-Fi. So is the best step just to delete all the apps that could possibly sync?
Yeah, you could.
I turned off background app refresh, so I know that's,
If you got in and got it resetting pretty quick, I bet you, because all it's doing is it's doing an iCloud unlock check. I bet you could get to it before you really have to worry about it much.
Yeah, well, I don't use iCloud.
Yes, you'd probably be okay.
Yeah, but Dropbox is...
Yeah, no, I think you'd probably be all right. If you do it quick, if you don't let it sit there and run and you don't launch the app.
Right, yeah.
That's the thing, is don't launch. You could uninstall it to be sure.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Which, is that just deleting it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky. My current, I have two phones, a Pixel 7 and an iPhone 14, and my iPhone 14's been cracked for about a year. But it's a minor crack, so I've just lived with it. And that's the first phone screen crack I've had in many phones. And I've realized I actually have a pretty good track record here because I'm often double-barreled carrying two phones. So I'm doubling my risk of breaking a phone.
You need a MERS.
Yeah. And so, and I haven't really wrecked either one. I do have a little crack on the iPhone 14 though.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt it was pretty good. I've had pretty good luck, and maybe that's because, and maybe that's because I've been really careful, or maybe it's because I'm lucky. I don't know. I have a sense if it's because I'm lucky, then all my luck has gone to protecting my phones and has not gone to my legal cases. So a little update for you. We are moving forward, of course. We want to do everything we can to make the audience happy. They've demanded a lunch show. It has hit a few snags, as our next caller will get into.
Hi, this is Brent, aka Brentley.
Oh.
You've noticed I haven't been on the show in a little bit, and it's because I have a problem with where this show is going. I feel like the lunch, as you would call it, is encroaching a little on brunch. We can't have too many food shows here on JP, and I this makes me kind of uncomfortable. I thought we had like a really nice thing going on here, and I feel like I'm feeling a bit of betrayal. So I'm going to have to get my lawyer to call and have a, let's say, a nice friendly conversation with you. So expect that at some point, and let's keep it friendly or something. Anyways, getting hungry. Gotta go.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, Brentley. Brunch with Brent
Uh-huh.
was not about food.
I know. That was the case I tried to make.
Interviewing people in a casual environment,
I know.
brunch-like.
Yeah. His lawyer claims that the implication of food makes it about food, which we did receive a phone call from his lawyer.
Yes, hello. This is R.J. Horowitz. I'm lawyer for Brent Gervais. I think we've got just a small issue. It might be easy to clear up. Brent is the sole owner of the intellectual property of the podcast called The Brunch, and that is a food-themed podcast name. And in the podcast space, specifically for technology-related podcasts, and as the owner of that intellectual property, the copyright, your show being called The Lunch is only a couple letters different. So we got a little problem here. It is infringing on Brent's copyright and intellectual property in this space. So you'll need to change the name of your show to something not food related, and specifically just changing a couple letters wouldn't do it. You know, you can't call it The Hunch. Well, actually, you probably could. You could call it The Hunch. You could call it The Bunch. No, because that's too close to brunch. You know what? Maybe you could have your lawyer call me, and we could just work a couple of things out, and then we'd run them in a meeting. We could run them by you, and we could pick something, and everything would be amenable. You know, it might just take 6 or 7 hours worth of our time collectively to get this sorted, because infringement is a serious issue. And it comes with a $10,000 penalty per occurrence, and we can prove that Brent's brand is damaged by the existence of your show. It shouldn't be too hard to prove that, and there'd be financial remunerations to him for that damage. Anyway, I'm sure we can avoid all that. Again, R.J. Horowitz, attorney at law for Brent Gervais, representing the intellectual property ownership of The Brunch, food-related name.
I did not expect all this trouble.
Okay, where did he find that guy?
You know, I'm really, I was just upset about the van. That's why I wanted to take over the food space. You know, I didn't want to get to all of this.
What, because you didn't get the van?
Well, he's out there having a great time in the van without me.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought I'd get him by doing a food show. I didn't expect him to go all Canadian lawyered up on me. And I know they're out there having a great time because they called in while on a road trip.
Oh.
Hello? Is this on? This is Grim Rune Ironbiter. My friends call me Grim. And I spent some time in Brent's van over the weekend in Toronto and Cambridge, which is close to Toronto. And it was amazing. I mean, that thing, you can sleep in it, you can shower in it, you can shite in it. It was absolutely the best experience. I had to help him fix the windshield wipers once, but what's a good van trip without having to get out in the middle of the rain, pouring down in Toronto with 1,000 cars trying to run you over and not die while you're wearing a headlamp so you can get the windshield wipers to work. And by the time you do, the rain stops. Can't think of anything better.
Okay, so these accents are fantastic. And I feel like both R.J. Horowitz and Grim need to call in and do some bites for you. Like, listen to Jupiter Broadcasting or something like that, or this is The Lunch. Like, that would be funny to get the lawyer to say that.
As long as we don't get in legal trouble, I tell you what. It does sound like a proper van trip where you risk your life, you get it fixed, and by the time you get it fixed, it stops raining. Sounds about right. Thank you, everybody who called in. We want you all to call in and leave us a voicemail.
Call the launch. We're standing by. 774-462-5667. That's the line. 77 fool again.
And now, as the French say, it is time for
We'll play it loud and clear.
All right, it is time for Le Boost, and we have Turd Ferguson coming in as our baller booster with 22,000 sats.
Turd Ferguson!
And I think that's a McDuck.
This old duck still got it.
Also, is that like the 34th episode in a row? Just kidding.
I was actually going to call Turd out because I think he hasn't boosted us for a couple of weeks. But maybe,
Nah, he was the baller boost last week.
Okay. Well, you know what? Turd, you are our best listener, even though your name's a little gross. Every single phone I've ever owned, I've eventually dropped in a lake while fishing. This Wednesdays are limited. When is fishing season? Is it fishing season? Of course, I suppose it's different everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Fishing season. Okay,
so get the lanyard where you drop you put your phone in the little waterproof protective
That's
thingy.
a good idea.
Yeah.
There must be a phone case that floats.
Oh.
Like a pontoon phone case? There's gotta be.
Yeah, just a little rubber ducky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a little rubber ducky would be adorable. You look great in that. Thank you, Turd. Meditac comes in with a row of ducks. That's 2,222 sats. Hey, there he is. Regarding phone disasters, I've lost not one, but 2 phones to the ocean.
Oh, man.
2 in a row. I forgot they were in my pocket in the beach both times.
Oh, man.
At least the second one wasn't my main phone, as I started taking an old phone on vacation after the first incident.
Jeez. Wow. Planned for it and executed well.
Not that I plan on testing it, but my Pixel 9 is supposedly able to withstand some water at least. Although I'm sure it doesn't love salt water. But I've even taken mine swimming.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to take my watch swimming, and it has a,
Audio
close the
ejector thing.
vents
Yeah. Mhm.
thing. But, ooh.
Yeah, I do it. I do it because there's nothing cooler than underwater shots. I mean, it really is pretty neat to get like shots of the kids swimming underwater and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it is the danger zone.
Yep.
So be very careful.
Danger zone.
Thank you for the boost. Appreciate it very much, Minitet. Good to hear from you. Our next boost comes from Amorphage. I always want to say sausage for some reason.
Amorphous phage?
Amorphous phage. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Here's an unlucky way I've destroyed a phone. I've destroyed my phone. I was in a cellar doing flair bartending, juggling booze bottles. So, not to ruin my phone with a volleying bottle, I put it away in a shelf. I finished the routine. I grab my phone, but it falls. I swoop it out of the air. Oh, yeah, I know that move when you're just about to catch it. I swoop it out of the air, but I can't fully grab it. And it flies directly into the edge of my dryer. Dead. Yeah, those corner hits.
Yes. I think that's what happened to Abby's phone last week because
They
it
just
just
destroyed
shattered both the
Yep.
front and back of the phone.
Yep. Sorry to hear that. Thanks, Morph. Nice to hear from you. Babby's here with 2,222 sats. Rodux. He says, boost!
Boost!
Listener since 2011.
Woo! The year Abby was born.
Longtime Jupiter Party supporter.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Finally got around to setting up AlbiHub. Yes! Wow. This
Winning.
Is a lot of winning. And I'm loading some sats with Strike. Please don't cancel the lunch. I love the show. And an eagle for you. Thank you. Well done on setting up the AlbiHub, going the self-hosted route, and then setting a boost. Man, oh man, that is nice. Well done. Odyssey Wester's here with 3,333 sats.
Chuck E. Cheese guy whisked it.
That wasn't me, but my brother left his really expensive Razer gaming phone. I remember those.
Oh, yeah.
On the
super
roof
thin.
of his car and drove off. This has got to be the top 3 way people destroy their phones.
Yeah.
The poor thing flew a good 10 to 15 feet and completely shattered both sides of his phone. Wow. It was also safe to assume that someone then ran over it. To put simply, he was pretty pissed at himself at the time. Not to say I also haven't had my fair share of broken phones, but I don't spend a ton on them. Even though my price range, which is usually Moto's, replacing 3 phones in a single year. And now 4 phones? Yeah, that adds up pretty quickly. Those kids are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
That is true, especially when you get them the internet phones.
Mm-hmm.
You should just begin to tell. That's what I'm going to tell them is next time you break it, you get an Android. You know what? Maybe that'll change. Maybe they won't break it anymore. Thank you, everybody who boosted or streamed sats as you listened. We had 4 of you stream sats, and you collectively stacked a humble 2,790 sats. Okay. When you combine that with our boosters, this episode, we fell short of last week. We stacked 36,567 sats. Thank you, everybody who supports the show with a Jupiter.Party membership or, of course, with a boost. Fountain FM makes it really easy, but you heard some folks in there. They're doing it with the AlbiHub, and they're going the whole self-hosted route. There's lots of ways to go. Just start with a Podcasting 2.0 app at podcastingapps.com. So the Guinness Book of World Records is turning 70, and turns out there's a few unclaimed records. So I think maybe we could pull together and go for one of these.
All right.
The most whoopee cushion sat on in 1 minute.
Can't.
No?
Nope. Rubber.
I'll do the sitting. You just got to do gotta do the organizing.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I can organize it, but I
Make
can't.
the kids do the deployment. I'll do the sitting. You know, group effort. Okay, the fastest time to blow a stamp 10 meters. I feel like we could have Dylan work on that.
So random.
Yeah. But I think that's when we give Dylan. The furthest distance bottle flip.
Okay, Dylan would really enjoy doing that one.
Yeah, that's true. I could see Abby doing that one too, but yeah.
Yeah.
The most high fives in 30 seconds. We'll give that one to Bella.
No,
She
I
does a good-
don't know.
She does a good job.
I think Abby and Meryl could do that.
Oh, yeah. Well, the fastest 400-meter sack race.
Dylan could do that.
And the fastest time to ascend the height of Everest by bicycle. All right, we're not doing that one.
Well, is that just in distance?
Yeah.
Flat distance?
Well, yeah.
Or
you got it, yeah. Still, that's a lot. That's a
Okay.
lot. But you have now is your moment. I think I'm going to go for the whoopee cushions.
It says the fastest time. So there already is a time. Or there's do they put out like ads? These are the records we're looking for. Who wants to do it? Is that what this is?
We need to fill these.
Yeah.
We got spots open.
I mean, because there's plenty. You could try blowing a spaghetti noodle 10 meters or whatever. Like, I mean, there's it's unlimited. So
I like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be a good way to promote the show. The podcast with the longest spaghetti noodle blown. That's what we're known for.
Chris found a gem, an easy flip. Let's cash it in. It's barely standing, kinda scary, but potential's extraordinary. Just trust me, it's a winner. Just trust me, it's a winner.
All right, this one's charming. It's 2 beds, 2 bath. It's 1,060 square feet, built in 1985, and it goes for $596,000.
Okay. So far, this sounds reasonable. It's not a mansion. It's not a what is the underground bomb
bunker.
thing?
Yeah, I didn't
bunker?
do a bunker this time. I will say almost $600,000 for 2 beds, 2 bath, and under 1,100 square feet. It's a little tight, but
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But is it here in Washington?
no. It's in California. $450 a month just an HOA.
Dang. What is it maintaining?
Well, you get some services like yard work and like sewer and stuff in there. I saw $1,000 a month HOA recently. So $450 seems like a deal. So yeah, charming 2-bed, 1.5 bath townhome. It's not a condo, they say. Modern upgrades in the bathrooms, brand new windows throughout with natural light and ocean breeze, updated bathrooms, vinyl plank flooring, new furnace, new garage door.
Who's living in it?
Private backyard.
What's
Not
going on
so
here?
much who's living in it, Ange.
What?
What is living in it? Go ahead, pull up the listing.
Okay, yeah.
Take a look at the
I
pictures.
see you put it at the very bottom, and I was intentionally not reading down.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right, what do you see here, Ange?
Okay. Really? Does it come with the pony?
I don't think so, but there's a pony.
Is it a pony or a donkey?
I think it's a pony. There's a pony.
In every picture. Oh, my. Oh, it's not in this one.
No, I know. That's what happens is once you get past the pony pictures, you miss the pony.
How funny.
Pony looking through the window, pony in the kitchen.
In the mirror of the bathroom.
Yep. Pony in the living room.
This is hilarious.
It's pretty good. It's
Oh my gosh.
It makes you forget the fact that the kitchen looks like it's from 1985.
I don't even remember the kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for the pony.
It's so funny. So this is a pretty normal listing.
This is so funny.
They did have to cut the price. Just a little while ago, they cut $14,000 off the price. But it's the HOA also covers there's a pool, like a community pool, and a community playground. And it's in a kind of nice area as far as California goes.
Do you see that they have a mock-up of what the backyard could look like?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they show the before and a potential after. Well, first there's a pony one, and then there's a after, and then there's the before without the pony.
The front very much is a very California. I don't like
So
it,
funny.
but this is going to be a thing.
Oh yeah, that stucco kind of look.
You could do an AI version of yards now and be like, look what it could look like, and it's just an AI filled in image of like making it look really nice.
This pony is so funny.
It's the funniest listing I've ever seen because it's a totally normal house. It wouldn't even show up on your radar as anything weird, and yet pictures of this horse everywhere. So I don't know. You tell me. I'll leave in the link. Maybe somebody out there wants to make it a big investment because a house with history goes for more money. That's what my big brain investment brain says. Big brain investment advice right there. I wanted to let you know that we're cooking up some swag, some brand new swag for Texas Linux Fest. Your purchases will help Texas Linux Fest be possible, our coverage of it, and it'll be in the Jupiter Garage, which is at jupitergarage.com. One is there now, and there'll be several more landing over the next couple of days.
Different styles. Yeah.
Yes, different styles and stuff. And the one that is listed now has multiple colors, and some of the colors are really cool.
If you say so yourself.
Well, I think so.
Handpicked by
me,
yours
yeah.
truly.
It's the bearded tux holding the rocket, and for some reason, the orange and the yellow, I just think look really good. And the light blue.
It is cool, yeah.
There's also a dark blue. There's a few color options there. That one's up at jupitergarage.com, and there'll be more later this week.
We're limited to 5 pictures, just so you know. So that's why there's only, I think there are actually 6 colors chosen.
Oh, you mean they only preview? Oh,
Yeah,
but in the drop down, they list more colors.
Well, if we upgrade our account, we can show more pictures. Yeah. So, yeah, that's where that's at.
Oh, my goodness.
Money for everything, in-app purchases.
So that's at jupitergarage.com. And then a reminder that we'll be doing a live stream of the Apple iPhone 17 event, our director's commentary, right here. And then you might want some of the links for what we talked about today. That's over at weeklylaunch.rocks. We'll be back next week. You can join us live Tuesday or catch us in your app of choice Wednesday mornings and listen to the show on demand. Shout out to editor Drew for all his lovely touches and, of course, to our members and our community. From the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty American West Coast. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you right back here on The Launch next week.